SMU was not my top decision. Like I said before, I was planning on going to UT Austin to study public health there, and I just loved Austin. I loved the opportunities that it had to offer. But with SMU, it was just on my list. I decided to apply for the full ride, seeing like, oh, what's gonna happen. I ended up getting the full ride, and the thing is with SMU, it's in the heart of Dallas. You find many different connections there. I have friends who are there right now who also got the full ride, and they have managed to find many different opportunities. I have someone that's in the computer science industry, and she actually spent her summer in Columbia University doing some undergraduate research, and it was fully paid. I think all she had to worry about was housing, but that was about it. And with SMU, it's comparably to a school like UT Austin, it's pretty small. So you can connect easier with your professors and you can find different opportunities with them for undergraduate research, for internships and whatnot. And with the longevity of the opportunities, especially with being by the Dallas Bar Association, I thought this would be really good for my law career.
So 1 year in,
Yes, this is going to be my first year going in. Yeah.
how's the program been?
The program, okay, so the Health and Society program is very competitive. They only accept like a certain amount of students, so there's already pressure in that. But I've already met one professor, and she has been really sweet. She's very supportive in what I want to do. I think that's also another thing that you guys should remember is to connect with your professors and to tell them about your interests because they'll lead you to opportunities that you'll need down the line in the future. My path is pretty unique because I'm going into health and society, which you would think is healthcare, but I'm also on the pre-law track. So I'm just doing everything I can to check out different organizations, check out different things on campus so I can see what really fits me. Like I know I'm probably going to go into student government as well. So I'm very excited for this year. I would love to keep you guys updated. So yeah.
Introverted or extroverted? I'm curious.
Um my mom can answer this, but I would say I'm a bit more extroverted. I love to meet new people. I love to connect with different people from different backgrounds. In high school, I would say I was extroverted, and then when I came to Dallas College, I was pretty to myself. I was like, I don't want to be friends. I just want to get my work done and be out. But I felt like once I found my African community, like people who could relate to me, I started to come out of my shell more. And definitely do enjoy being out and about and connecting with different people. Yeah.
So now you're a year in. Are you looking for internships?
Oh, all the time. Um, I will say, finding an internship during your undergrad is like every man for themselves. Like no one's gonna look out for you. I will say that. It's very competitive. They not only look at your GPA, they look at what can you bring to the table. Of course, they're not expecting you to have like 10 years of experience in being a surgeon or whatever, but they expect you to come with like the passion and the wanting to learn and to grow. And even just like those soft skills like emotional intelligence, just being able to communicate and connect with people, those are some of the things that they look for. So yeah, it's pretty competitive.
So, and then I hear you're starting a camera business,
Oh, a photography.
photography.
Yeah, so I love to take pictures on the side. My parents have always been big on us finding a creative outlet in expressing ourselves. My sister is really
I
interested
don't
in.
actually hear that a lot. Nigerian parents pushing creativity.
Oh, my parents are Zambian,
That
so.
oh, I'm sorry. Y'all up one.
And it's actually very unique to hear like
Yeah.
an African parent be like, "Oh, be creative and whatnot." But honestly, with the create, I think that was one of the best pieces of advice our parents have ever given us because with my sister, She loves to paint. She loves to draw, but my parent and she's really really good at it. And my parents are just like, oh, why not look into architecture or something like that. So now she's looking at that in civil engineering. And so for
Wait,
me,
can we clap for her parents real quick?
yeah,
I'm gonna lie.
yeah, clap for them. You should stand up. Woo! But yeah, and so my brother, he loves video games. He loves design of that and whatnot. He's really good in that. I mean, he's more technical than us, but with me, I love photography. I love taking pictures of different moments and just like capturing memories and whatnot. And so
That's something you've been doing since middle school, high school.
yeah, my parents bought me a camera like during COVID. I think when I turned 15, 16, yeah.
Wow.
So I've been taking pictures ever since then. And I'll be doing that while I'm at SMU.
Great, amazing. Um, Lastly, before we ask some questions, do you have any advice to young people? Maybe someone going into high school, not sure what they want to do yet, feeling like they had to have everything figured out, trying to be perfect.
The perfectionism, it's real. But if there's one thing that I learned, God will humble you. I will say that. And it's not like a bad thing. I think it's one of the biggest lessons that you learn. You can't control everything. I think one of the biggest prayers that I made when I was going into college was, God, I will do everything I can to make sure that I have the good grades, that I have a pretty neat resume, but I just need you to cover the tuition. I need you to cover the money. I was just like, you can take care of that. And it's a prayer that I continue to say, and he has blessed me with that, so I thank him every day. But I will also say that when it comes to figuring out your career path, I feel like, I hope your parents don't come after me for saying this, but you don't have to figure everything out by like your freshman year. I feel like you should go in high school, go for what really interests you, but I also need you to look at the longevity of those interests. So, like, if you are interested in theater, theater is really good. Theater is really nice, but theater is also very competitive. So, maybe,
Theater competitive?
huh?
Theater's competitive?
Theater's competitive.
Oh,
Theater's
wait, where's the
competitive.
competition?
Oh, okay. Let's calm down.
Wait, I'm sorry, I just don't know.
I mean, okay, theater is competitive. I mean, when in the sense of like, oh, wanting to go into like the acting
Oh,
industry,
okay,
yeah,
I see.
like going into the acting industry, that's very competitive. I think with that, you're gonna need to find connections. It's not only having the talent,
Yeah,
but it's
for sure.
also like finding the people. So theater is competitive.
Sorry, I didn't know, my bad.
I didn't know if you were being sarcastic.
No, I didn't know, my bad.
Oh no, you're fine. But yeah, just like with the competitions and whatnot, like you find those different opportunities. I was a stage manager when I was in theater, and stage managers make a lot of money. So for me, it's like if you want to go into theater, look at like where like the input you're getting, like what you're gonna get out of it, like how much money you're gonna get from it, the connections you're gonna get from it. Because people, they go into business, and sometimes they go into stage management, and they make like 100,000 a year. So that's just something that you should look
Wait,
into.
out of curiosity, what shows did you run?
Ooh, I did The Little Mermaid, and then what was the other show we did? We did a show called, I mean, this is not for everybody, but Little Shop of Horrors, which is like a bit of a twist on a kids show, something like that. And then we did the show called Real Women Have Curves, which is just about body positivity, just something like that. But yeah, we did a lot of different kinds of shows. I fell in love with stage management, but law is where I was going. But just thinking along those lines will really help you guys along the way.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
But if anybody has any quick questions they want to ask her right now before she goes, please feel free. Don't be shy. Anything at all. No dumb questions.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for your nice answers. I know that law is a hard path and it's a long path, but with medicine, which is what I want to do, people will tell you like it's gonna take over your life. It's gonna take so long. Uh, it's gonna take a long time. So why do it? Why not do something like nursing or PA that's gonna take less time and it doesn't take over your life? So if you have a passion for an area, but you know that it's going to take a long time, how do you keep your passion or how do you keep going even in the hard times of the.
That's a really good question. I think there's a saying that your parents have probably said before, but it's like you are your surroundings, like you are your own company. So I feel like it depend. It's a lot. It has a lot to do with who you decide to surround yourself with and the passions that they have. I feel like for me, I was friends with like a bunch of international students. They were going into hard STEM like medicine and whatnot. And of course, their worry was, I guess, with having a life outside of, their career. But I think what really helped was having people who had such a passion and a driven mindset to this is what I'm going to do. Like that helps a lot. You have a life in that. And not only that, but I'll take this for an example. My uncle, he is a anesthesiologist, and he is busy almost all the time, but he always makes time for his family. He makes time for his friends. He makes time to, hang out whenever he can. So you're not gonna lose your life, your social life, or whatever. I think it's a bit of a give and take when it comes to your career. You it's your choice, and you know what your limits are. So I feel like that's kind of how you have to navigate things, and also find people who have experience in that sense, like who are in law, who are in medicine, who have dealt with the same things. I feel like when you go to people who are older and wiser, which is something I've always done, it brings a bit of comfort for you. But God will figure the rest out for you. So just trust that.
Well, thank you so much, Faith. We're gonna move on. You will have more opportunity to ask her questions later. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, like, what kind of classes did you take in high school, for one, and also where did you build connections from? Like, who did you go to, like your college counselor, or like, let's say it's an online website where you can find these sort of things? And also, another question that I had was, what sort of like extracurriculars did you take? Because the high school that I'm currently taking only has about 5 clubs. One is merit based, one you have to pay for, and then the 3 other I'm not exactly interested in. So I also wanted to know, like, where do you get these extracurriculars from that colleges like to look for?
Okay, I'll first off start by asking, are you able to start your own club?
I've thought about it a few times, but there's also like you have to have like a certain number of people interested in that club to be able to start it.
Okay, so one of the clubs I was a part of, I helped to start. So one of the biggest things was like, I guess, having people behind you to support you in doing that. So if you don't find a club that you're interested in, I say you should do that. I think it's a pretty cool experience to have. In high school, the classes I took, they were mainly honors and AP classes. I think I took one dual credit class. Yeah. I took AP Environmental Science, AP Statistics, AP Government, AP English Literature, English Language, Human Geography, World History. I will say AP, I don't really think you need AP as much. I think that's the one regret I do have from high school, because even with my AP environmental science, it didn't even count as a science. It counted as like an elective. That really made me mad because I studied too long and hard for that. So if anything, focus on doing dual credits. But I would say if you decide to do AP, make sure the schools you're applying to, they actually take it as a credit as you need, because that's the most important thing. You want to get those basics out of the way so you can just focus on your degree plan. But yeah, don't go off of what like I did though, because you are probably going down a different career path. I did a lot of YouTube videos. Like I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I did a lot of research into what I want to do. And you know, with law, you can do anything and you can still become a lawyer. But with becoming a doctor, you need to do like chemistry, biology, physics, psychology, all these different stuff to make sure like you're already getting the basics out of the way. So make sure you do that. And then with connections for college and whatnot, like I said before, I talked to a lot of people that were older than me. If I found somebody that was on the same path as me, I spoke to them, and I also just did a lot of research. That's pretty much what I did for my path to college.
All right, thank you so much, Faith. Again, we're gonna have a panel later, so more questions, please write them down. I think we're gonna go ahead and go into our next speaker. Next, we are joined by Florence Fadipe, a Nigerian-American critical care registered nurse and CEO of Glamir, an inclusive beauty tech platform that uses AI to deliver personalized beauty recommendations based on each person's unique facial and features and skin tones. Florence is a proud first-generation college graduate from the University of Texas at Austin, where she held leadership roles with the UT Medical Reserve Corps, Uplift Austin, Residential Life, and Counseling and Mental Health. In her final year, she was named one of the top 2 graduates in her class, receiving the Outstanding Student Award for Academic Excellence and Leadership. During her last semester at UT, she launched Glamir alongside fellow students through Texas Exes, combining her passion for healthcare, technology, beauty into one visionary platform. Since then, Glamir has received support from the Launchpad Innovation Grant at UT Austin and Breakthrough Ventures at Stanford University. Most recently in 2025, she was honored with the Morgan DeBond Award by her Script Initiative for her impact as a rising leader in innovation and community building. Today, she continues her mission to make Glamir the go-to platform for self-expression, where beauty meets authenticity and everyone feels seen, valued, and celebrated. Can we please clap for her as she comes up? Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to start with the question we're going to start everybody with. Who are you and where are you from?
Hi, everyone. My name is Florence Fadipe. I am Nigerian American. I moved here when I was in 6th grade, around age 10 years old. I'm pretty sure a couple people can relate to that. I currently...
Are you from Nigeria?
Yes, I am from Nigeria. I currently reside in Texas. I'm in Dallas right now, but I was in Austin for 4 years for college.
So you went to Ryan High School in Denton, Texas.
Yes.
You graduated 4.0. You were in student council, French National Honor Society, Key Club, National Honor Society. Okay. Were you always a good student, or was this something that you learned? How did you navigate that?
I would say that I don't want to say if I was always a good student, but I know that I was always like academically oriented. And when I say that, it's kind of like since I was a kid, I think there was a time when I was like maybe age 6, 7, I was like average in my class or whatever. There was like
6, 7, sorry.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. I don't get the joke, y'all. I don't get it. Okay. 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 Like age 7 or 8 or so, I was like average, and there was someone in my class that she got like the best student award or whatever, and I was like, why can't I be her? Yeah. I was like, why can I not be her? And ever since then, I kind of just like got motivated off that fact that in everything that I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure that I was doing it at like my best, time and moment. Like I was the best at what I was doing. Doesn't necessarily mean that I was the best among everyone, but I wanted to make sure that I was putting in all of my effort. And I think that just sort of like motivated me to become academically up there throughout the entirety of like school, I want to say.
Consider yourself a competitive person?
Oh, very competitive. And a lot of people try to deem that as a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I am in competition with myself, not other people. I want to make sure that I'm better than the person that I was previously. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you went to University of Texas at Austin.
Yes.
Where you got a bachelor's of science in nursing. I have this quote right here. Nursing isn't just a career, it's a way of life, and I'm proud to be a part of one of the most trustworthy professions in the world.
Yeah.
Why did you choose nursing as opposed to something like pre-med? Did you ever consider anything else?
That's a great question, actually. I think that if you're African, there are 3 paths according to your parents: doctor, lawyer, engineer. Sorry, no shade to anyone. That is true. And my parents were not like very, oh, you have to be a doctor, you have to be an engineer or a lawyer. Like they didn't even really care as long as you were doing well in school. So that was like a good thing for me. Like, but I had friends when I was in high school that they were like either set on pre-med, lawyer, or engineer. And I wanted to define my own path. And I think a lot of people, like our society tries to deem like nursing or PA or anything that's not pre-med or doctor as less than, but that's not necessarily true. When you work in healthcare, when you're working like in a hospital, let's just say like an inpatient hospital or facility, you're working as a team. So you're working with doctors, you're working with other people like dietitians, you're working with so many people, and you each have your individual role. So I just wanted to put that out there because you can go into medicine and not necessarily be a doctor. Like that is a thing. I chose nursing because I wanted to have a lucrative career. With nursing, I have so many opportunities to do so many things. I'm interested in dermatology in regards to like nursing. So I knew that I didn't want to go into pre-med because I can combine like nursing with dermatology and all that stuff. So I chose nursing because I wanted to define my own path such that I was still doing what I was passionate about, which was medicine/healthcare, and I was still defining my path with beauty and skincare. That makes sense. Of course.
So while at UT, you were part of UT Medical Reserve Corps, Counseling Mental Health Center Student Advisory Committee,
Yes.
undergraduate nursing student representative, peer academic coach, and student nurse intern at Ascension. Was it hard balancing all these commitments and still maintaining a high GPA?
Yes. It was definitely very hard. If anybody comes to you and tell you, oh, I'm just good at everything, they're lying to you. Everything that's worth it in life is very hard, but everyone does hard things every day. Getting out of your bed every morning to go to school is hard, especially at 5 a.m. in the morning. Doing whatever it is that you're trying to do every day is hard. So you get to choose your own art and you get to define your own path. When I was at UT is known to be like one of the best, I guess, public schools in Texas or whatever. When I was there,
Or whatever, I ain't gonna lie, we're the best.
yeah, we are. When I was there, I was surrounded by so many like eye-achieving, eye-level individual people that were doing so many great things. And with nursing, there's not really much of that. So I wanted to create that. I wanted to show people that you can do nursing and you can still do eye-achieving things. So I decided that I was gonna join the top programs that where nursing is actually really needed. Like, for example, a lot of people are not aware of the UT Medical Reserve Corps, and it's basically an organization such that you are volunteering your time to teach classes to just like the public people. For example, stop the bleed, first aid, CPR certification, all that stuff. And I wanted to do that because one, I knew I was passionate about it, and I knew that I love teaching. I love to talk. I love to tell people like, this is how you could do things. This is how you can balance your time. This is how you can do all that stuff. So it wasn't. I would say it was definitely hard because I was juggling multiple things at the same time. But I was able to surround myself with people. I mean, that did art things every day, so that my art was normal. So that when I woke up every morning, I had a motivation to do what I was doing, and I was doing what I actually wanted to do. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I would say to a lot of people out there. Choose your art. Whatever it is that you want to become in life, you have to make sure that, okay, this is art, but is it worth it? Is it my passion? Is this what I really want to do? Or am I doing this because my friends are doing it or because my parents told me to do it? You have to do what you actually want to do. If not, you're not going to be passionate about it. If not, it's going to be so hard to you. So, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
You seem extremely motivated. Is this like a eldest sibling thing? Like,
Nobody knew that.
oh my bad.
Well, I guess, yes. I don't know if it's an eldest sibling thing I want to say, but I do know that being Nigerian and being African, you're surrounded by so many great people and so many great talented people. So that just kind of like gives
Hard not to be inspired.
yeah, it's hard not to be inspired by people. Like, you go somewhere over there and they're like, oh, I recently met a coworker. Sorry, this is TMI, but I recently met a coworker and she was like, oh, I've been in this country for 10 years. And I was like, you've been in this country for 10 years and you're already an anesthesiologist? And if you don't know anesthesiologists, it takes like maybe 16 years of school, whatever. But they came in like to the United States with like their bachelor's or whatever, and they just like started medical school without any resources. So it's kind of hard not to be inspired because you're surrounded by so many great talented people. I think my motivation, first of all, my motivation comes from God. You know, God does not like lazy people. God is gonna reward you if you are not a lazy person. He's gonna bless the
Faith
work of your
without works
hands.
is what? Faith without works is what?
Yeah, what he said.
Florence, you successfully blended healthcare, technology, and beauty into one platform.
Yeah.
What inspired you to bring these worlds together?
Okay. So beauty and like technology is something that we have not really seen a lot of. I remember when I was like in like high school going to freshman year, and there was this auntie. She was like, I was like, oh, I'm interested in like going to healthcare and medicine and all that stuff. And she was like, oh, how are you gonna do healthcare, medicine and stuff? Like, the people that do medicine and healthcare do not look like you. And I was like, what do you mean by that? So I think I've always sorry, that was just like something I wanted to say out there, because just because you look a certain way or you act a certain way does not mean that you cannot pursue anything that you want to do. Don't let anybody tell you because you look like a certain way, you have to pursue a certain thing, or you're not smart enough to pursue another thing.
Facts.
I've always been interested in like beauty and skincare. A lot of things that people do not really talk about, like in the African community, is like your skincare and what you put on your face and how you do it and all that stuff. Like, people just use whatever. And I realized a lot of this like big corporations, big beauty tech industries, where it's technically not giving us all the information that we really wanted to do. And I ended up finding 2 other motivated individuals that were also interested in this, that were vital aspects for the business. And we talked about this and we decided that we're gonna launch the business. And I'm honestly really grateful that we did. That's like one of the best achievements that I've ever done.
What stage are y'all in the business?
Well, we already launched and we're like maybe a year in, so we're past like our pre-seed stage. We're going towards our seed. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're now a registered nurse resident?
Yes.
Yeah, how's that going?
Honestly, it's really tough. Residency is very, very hard because what you're taught in school and what actually happens in the real world is there's like two different things. In school, you're taught to learn things based by concepts and like what's actually going on in the body. But then you go into the clinical world, you see patients that present a certain way.
I know you work in critical care where I so that must be crazy.
Yes, I do. You see patients that they come into the emergency room and they're like, I'm having abdominal pain. And then you do like all your scans, you do all your workup, and then you realize that they're not just having an abdominal pain, or based on wherever the abdominal pain is, it's something critical, it's something emergent, and we need to get them into surgery like right away. And I guess they established that, but they never really established the fact that you see different kind of patients every day that present with different clinical presentations. You have to consider their past medical history, their past surgical history, their comorbidities, like are they sedentary? Do they actually work out? All that stuff. Like you see different kind of patients every day, and in school you're sort of like taught to see one kind of patient that presents a certain way, and you're not considering like all this other stuff that's going on in their world. And I think it's so hard balancing that, but like I said, you choose your own art. It's hard, and I vent to like my close people every single day about how hard it is. But I know by the end of my residency, I'm probably gonna be like a different person with more knowledge of what I currently have right now. So residency is hard, but I'm grateful to have done it and to be doing it. I knew that I wanted to get the best residency education possible, so I decided I was gonna do it at a level 1 trauma center in Dallas. So I did that, and it's been really, really educative. It's like classes and then clinicals and then actually working on the floor. So it's a lot, and you don't really have a lot of time to do things outside of that. But I think it's worth it, and I think at the end of like the residency, I'm definitely going to be filled with much knowledge than I currently have right now. Yeah.
Quick question: like, how important has your faith been in this journey?
That's a very great and personal question. This year has been really, really rough on me and tough in general. I had to like move from Austin back to Dallas. I had to define my path. A lot of things that I thought were gonna go a certain way did not go a certain way. And I really just had to like keep myself grounded. I think one of the biggest things that I battle with is always trying to, I think she mentioned it earlier about wanting something to happen right now. Like, as a child of God, as someone, not just Christians, but a child of God, someone that has a personal relationship with God, God already has your path like defined and secured. Like God already knows what's going to happen in your life 10, 20, 15 years from now. And you just kind of have to really communicate with God. You have to really have faith. And faith is not something that you see, it's something that you believe. Like if you believe that I am a child of God, there's no power, there's no dominion over me. Anything that I'm trying to do is because I'm trying to give glory back to God. I think it's easy navigating life that way. I'm not going to say that I've not been faithless sometimes, because I definitely have. I'm a very type A person, so I want things done a certain way and structured and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you just have to realize that everything that you're doing in life, you just have to surrender to God. If you don't surrender to God, like it's not giving God the glory. And even in the Bible, like for example, like one of my favorite verses, like Matthew 6:33, says, "Seek ye the kingdom of God first, and everything else will be added to you." Whenever you seek God first, you're not gonna have to worry about, oh, what's coming in the next couple years. Oh, let me plan my life out this way and this way and this way. Because God's already got that. God's already done all the hard work for you. All you have to do is seek God first. And I think that's something that I'm learning really hard this year. I think my relationship with God is something that I never really prioritized because of all the things that I was trying to do. But this year, because of the way all the things happened and the way my life took turns, I was like, okay, it's time to just live everything to God. And whenever things happen the way I'm not expecting it, it's because God wants it to happen that way. So, yeah.
Stop for her. Thank you so much. Again, we're going to take a couple questions before we go into the panel later. So, does anybody have any questions for Florence? Anything at all? No dumb questions.
Don't be shy.
I have a question over here.
Is it hard to balance being a CEO of a company and nursing?
Sorry.
How do you manage it?
I think
I said, is it hard to balance being a CEO of a company and being in nursing? And how do you manage it?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Um, One, I have to say, like, I have like a really great team, and I'm not just like the one doing everything on my team, and that's kind of helped me with balancing stuff. We have team meetings every week. We talk about like our task and what we need to be doing, and everyone has been super understanding of like my other aspect of life, which is nursing. Sometimes I literally come home and I feel like I don't have a lot of time in the universe. Like I wish the day wasn't 24 hours and it was 48 hours because I come home, I'm exhausted, and I just want to go to bed. And it's very hard balancing it, but I think one of the biggest things that I do use as a resource is a calendar. I literally try to section out my time on my calendar for all the things that I'm doing. I'm like, this is what I have to commit 4 hours to. This is what I have to commit 2 hours to. This is what I have to commit the next of the couple days to, and that has really helped me. But having great resources, having a great team, having people around you that even when things get hard, even when things are not going the way that you expect it to go, they still remind you that you're capable of doing certain things is one of the things that I also recommend. So yeah, it's definitely hard, but I'm really grateful to my team. I'm grateful to my family, my friends, and all the people that have been in my corner just supporting me. And yeah, I hope that answers your question.
thank you.
Question?
What's the name of your business?
It's called Glamour. It's basically an AI-powered beauty platform. I think it's kind of funny because I have like 3 team members in the room right now. It's kind of like, oh, surreal. But yes, it's an AI beauty platform
Hey,
that,
can we download it right now?
yeah, go ahead and go on the App Store, click, go to the App Store, search Glamour, download it. Actually, yes, let's promote that really quickly. Go to your App Store if you have an iPhone or if you have Google Play. Search Glamour. It's called GLAMIR. Install it. Send it to your friends. Yes, it has a little mirror. Yes, it is. It is. It is. And basically, all you have to do, we have 3 main features. Sorry, let me get into the business aspect really quickly.
Wait, I think we can wait on this. I don't know if they deserve this yet. They don't deserve that yet.
Anyways, yeah, y'all can go ahead and also it's not just for women. Men can do it too because I don't see y'all's phones out. The guys over there, y'all can do it. Y'all can use it too. Install it to your phones. Share with your friends in high school, college if you're in college, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions before?
There's 2 more questions. We can-
Yeah, do we have enough time? Or
think
can
we
we
have